Hi, Lloyd. Hi, Dad. Hi, Jan.
Good morning.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. Great to see everybody in the call. Some great faces here. Lloyd, there's a picture of you looking very dashing. Barely recognisable, in fact. Brilliant. How's everybody's week been? Have you had a good one?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
Not bad.
Marvellous. Wonderful. We've got some great faces coming along. I'm just going to give it another couple of minutes before we get started. And obviously, we need our superstar of the day to log in to chat to us as well. So we will get...
Are they your assistants in the background?
Pardon?
Are they your assistants in the background?
No, mine are sleeping. Well, 2 out of the 3 are sleeping. The third one's...
And there goes someone else. I'm on a phone call here. I'm on the phone call, Dora.
Fantastic. Lovely. Sunday evening, everyone. How did it get to Sunday evening again already? Where does the time go? I hope you've all had a really productive and really exciting week. Nearly at the end of September. We've got a whole week left to make the most of this holiday promotion and get ourselves on the, if we've not qualified already, get ourselves moving forward towards the holiday stuff. I hope it's all going great, guns. And the hamper, how about the hamper? Who's excited about the hamper?
I can't, mate.
Me, definitely. Definitely. I'm having one. I missed it last year. I'm not missing it again. Evening, Chris. Thanks for joining us. Natalie, Russell, Alberto, Kyrkos, Andrea. Oh, hi, Andrea. How you doing? Davina, Eve. Oh, loads of lovely new faces here this evening. Marvellous. Wonderful. Lovely job. So we're just waiting for the last couple of people to be joining us, and Mark's just signed in as well. Good evening, Mark. Great to see you. How are we all doing? Hi, Nat, Claire. Hi, everybody. Brilliant. Mark, you there? How you doing?
Hello.
Hello. Right. So everybody, now we've got Mark with us. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out, see if I can mute. How do I mute everybody? So I'm going to stick everybody on mute apart from Mark. So please don't take any offense, but it just minimizes background noise if the phone rings or kids suddenly appear in the background or whatever else. We've all been there, let's face it. So brilliant. Hi, Adrian. Lovely job. So Mark, how's your evening bit going so far?
Oh, all right. I literally just finished the last mouthful of food, like. So it's all good, though. I trying to pull it, yeah, but it just doesn't seem to be working. But there we are. That's all right.
There we are. Brilliant. How are you? So have you had a good week?
Yeah, it's all right. Just yeah. To be honest with you, I haven't had as good a month as I normally have, but I got 2 IDs I got to go and sign up in the next few days, so it might finish on a good one, like.
Absolutely. That's the way it happens sometimes, you know, ebbs and flows. That's the very nature of this business. And, you know, we just got to ride it and keep going. That's the real key, isn't it? Now,
Yeah.
for everybody who hasn't joined us on this call before, or who hasn't met Mark or doesn't know of Mark's reputation, Mark is was recruited by the wonderful Gemma Doyle, who's an STL. Mark, you live up in Merthyr Tydfil in Wales, isn't it?
Yeah, Merthyr.
Brilliant. And just tell me a little bit about your, you know, how you came to be in the business, how long you've been in the business, and how it's going for you so far, Mark.
I've been in the business for, I think it's coming up to 8 months, 9 months now, actually. I can't believe how fast it's gone.
Fab, okay.
Yeah. So, I think it was team leader in 5 months, I think it was, or something like that.
Fantastic. Okay, and how? So you obviously row with both oars, so to speak. You're big on going out there and getting customers, but for you, the recruiting side is really, really important as well.
Yeah, to be honest with you, more important than anything for me.
Okay.
I just think, don't get me wrong, I'm in a lucky position where I haven't really got a lot of outgoings, like, which, you know, it's a bit of a lucky position, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. So I'm going to take advantage of it, like.
Fantastic, fantastic. So you've had a very busy kind of 9 months really, coming up to 9 months. You've done amazingly well, but your the recruiting side is absolutely massive. And everybody, if you've not got a pen and paper, then it's definitely worthwhile taking this opportunity to go and get one, like the pen there, Claire. I see, brilliant. Mark has got, he's just rocking this business. Whenever I see Mark, he's always chatting to somebody. He's a bundle of energy. He's so enthusiastic. And I even went to Pizza Tuesday in Cardiff and came back to find Mark's business card inviting me to the op underneath my windscreen, which was an interesting concept. But I think you just did that to make me giggle. But
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So Mark, you're saying your priority really is the recruiting side of things. You want to get team on board. You want to be building your business as fast as possible. So in the 9 months so far, what are your stats? What's your pig? How's your business looking? Would you mind sharing with us?
No, 25 personal. To be honest, when I first started, the last 2 months had been tight. You know, it's been 6 and 8. The months before, to be honest with you, I didn't have. No, I'm not saying I didn't have a good start, but it just takes time, doesn't it, to get. You know,
Absolutely.
So yeah, but anyway, so it's 25 personal.
It's amazing.
39 IDs, and I think it's 105 in group.
See, that's fantastic. In 9 months, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that's come through sheer grit and determination. And I think you have no qualms in saying that this business has really changed your life in so many respects, in the very, well, certainly even in the first few months of joining, let alone the whole 9 month time that you've been in. Is that right?
Oh, definitely. No, my life was definitely going in the right direction, but it was like as if personal development was just the last piece of the puzzle for me. And and just I'm forever grateful what this business has done for me. Like, it's as simple as that.
Fantastic. And you've become a real kind of what's the word I'm looking for? You an advocate of the personal development. I mean, am I right in thinking you do a couple of hours of personal development on a daily basis, and kind of all sorts of other kind of things as well to really keep your head in the right place? Yeah,
I take my dog for a walk every morning and mostly every night, as long as I'm not doing something, and I just got my earphones on listening to personal development. And it's not even a choice, I just love learning, growing and developing as a person, like.
Absolutely.
And what this business gives to you.
Fantastic. And I think it's so true, really, isn't it, that it doesn't just affect your mindset in terms of going out there and getting customers and distributors. It's actually so much more. It affects every other aspect of your world as well, doesn't it? It just gives you a much more positive outlook overall. Oh,
definitely. You know, if you ask, like, obviously all the people in UW, they don't know the old Mark, the Mark that died about 2 years ago. But, like, you know, you talk to my sister, she'd tell you straight, it's a different person. It's not the same person. Yeah. It's just mind blowing. Like, it's just clean off it. Honest to God, like.
Fantastic. And I certainly know that every time I catch up with you, I come away just buzzing with energy and excitement. You're like an electric kind of, you know, something that just kind of buzzes around the place all the time. It's fantastic. So.
And that to be honest with you, you know, don't get me wrong. Having bipolar and maybe controlling it like I do maybe is an advantage, but the reason why I'm buzzing all the time is because I look after myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm massively an advocate of vegan diet, supplementation, regular exercise, and basically just looking after myself. But that's another story, that is. But anyway, you are.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, going back to the personal development, I know in a minute we're going to have a look at the recruiting side of things. You're going to give us a few of your top tips on recruiting, and predominantly what we're really looking for this evening is you're going to show us how you do the money presentation, aren't you? And how that works, and anything else that that you feel is really good in terms of top tips for the recruiting side of things. But just before we move away from the personal development, just quickly, I know there's a good handful of newbies on the call. What personal development have you is your favorite? What have you found is particularly good that you'd recommend on to anybody else that's listening into the call tonight?
Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Jim Rohn, Eric Worre, Paula Pritchard, Gary V, a massive fan of Gary V.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, that's not so much. Yeah, he's still good, but like when I first joined the business, it was more Tony Robbins, Les Brown, Jim Rohn, and all that stuff. Like,
fantastic. So anything by any of the above is going to set you on the right track, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so time to start really picking your brains about the recruiting side of things. You've done so well in terms of recruiting. You're a regular recruiter, and I know. Well, tell us what's your kind of key methods, or how do you go out there and bring on new people every month? How do you work it? What's your technique?
Well, to be honest, you're right. I've gone more towards now just talking to people out and about.
Okay.
And the way I see it is, you know, don't get me wrong, you've got to do phone calls and all that, and it's the lifeblood of the business. But the way I see it is, when you phone in people, people think you were doing them a favour, when it's not. It's the other way around. You were the one who's trying to do them a favour, and that's what maybe gets my back up a bit, is when people are trying to, you know, skiv you off and all the rest of it. So over the last week or whatever, I've just been talking to people. Like today now, I was talking to a guy in St David's shopping centre on a food thing.
Okay.
And I spoke to him, what was it? I don't even know what day it is, one day in the week.
Sunday today, all day.
Yeah. And I said, I'll meet you today. And I met him today. I know he's going to join the business. He's when I went to sign him up for the business tonight, I went through signing him up as a customer. I put his social is sort code and account number. And then when it come to the part end with the 99 pence for the SIM card, when he got his number, he got it off his Apple iPhone because he got it on Apple Pay, and he didn't have the last 3 numbers on the back of his card.
Oh no!
I'm not worried, because I'm gonna either do him over a Zoom call, and then he's gonna try and get about, I don't know. He's gonna try. I told him to try and get 10 appointments all day and all night for Thursday. And you know, if he can get 10 appointments in his book, you know, if you can go out and do appointments, because I'll be honest with you, I haven't really had a day where I've had appointments every hour, and that's what I want to aim for, is get my team, recruit somebody, and then say, look, you know, just get 10 people in your diary and I'll come with you for the day, because I think you need to show people how to make money, like.
Fantastic.
And I think, so I let you know how that goes, but hopefully I'm going to go and he actually texted me about a half hour ago. I'm going to go and see him Thursday now, sign him up in the morning for the customer and for the business, and then hopefully do as many appointments as we can do on Thursday.
Amazing. And that just goes to show that, you know, for the newbies that are on here, things don't always go to plan. Things don't always go how you're necessarily expecting them to go. If things happen, things fall in the way, or, you know, something, you know, emerges, it means it can't all go through. You just got to go, right, okay, how can we work around this? How can we kind of find a resolution rather than kind of being knocked by it and bounce back, haven't you?
You know, if you're looking for a business that you're not going to have any setbacks, you're not in the right business.
I don't think there's any business out there, is there?
You know, you talk to people and they say, yeah, I'll meet you here or I'll meet you there. And then you turn up and there's nobody there, or they've let you down, and they don't text you, they don't tell you. But at the end of the day, when that happens to me, I just say, well, that's why everybody doesn't do this business.
Yeah.
It's because you're willing just to keep on going and do what you need to do to get to where you need to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. You've just got to get head down and keep going for it, isn't it? And understand that there will be knocks that come, but you've just got to really make the most of it and just bounce back. I think somebody once said it's not about how far or how fast you fall, but it's about how fast you pick yourself up and brush yourself down and get back on it again and keep going, isn't it?
No, definitely. You know, like I said, if you're looking for a business, you're not going to get any setbacks. You're not in the right business, because you are going to get setbacks, but you just got to keep on going for more new.
Absolutely. Accept it and just believe it's a numbers game. So going back to this gentleman you saw in the St. David's Centre, so you just got chatting to him. You just, started a conversation with him. What kind of things would you have said to him, or what do you say to people when you're basically making conversation and looking to get that opening for a distributor appointment?
Well, this particular one was a bit of a thing, because I had talked to a girl who works on his stall.
Right.
I'd actually invited her to an offer, she never turned up. And then when I seen her a couple of days later, I said, "Oh, where was you?" She said, "Oh, I was busy. I'll meet up with you in Costa," she said, right, which is right opposite. And then when I went back the other day and to meet her, she never turned up.
Right.
Right. So I then went to the stall and there was a guy on there. And I said, "Oh, where's so-and-so with the black hair?" And he said, "Oh, I don't know, she's gone or whatever." So I just started chatting with him. I said, "Oh, I was telling her about an opportunity, blah, blah, blah." And then he wasn't busy. So I showed him a presentation there and then, when he was in work, like.
Fantastic.
And then he had a look at it and like he was interested. But no, I will just share my story with people. And then after I share my story with people, I will say, and, my life was going in the right direction, but I didn't really have a social side to my life, blah, blah, blah. And then an opportunity fell in my lap, and, I can't even begin to tell you what this opportunity is doing for me. It's just completely changed my life. And it's just saying it the way it is, like.
Yeah.
And I think people just buy into it because it's genuine, basically. And it
Absolutely.
is genuinely what the business is doing for me.
Yeah.
And then I will just say, like, so you keep your options open, for an extra form of income that won't interfere with your day job. And
Fantastic.
then
that's a great line. Do you keep your options open?
And then 95% of the time, they're going to say to you, "What is it?"
Yeah.
And I will just say, "Oh, for me to try and explain it to you beyond now," I say, one, it's not going to do it justice. And two, you're in work and it's not really appropriate. It's a visual thing anyway. You've got to look at it. And then if they say again, then, "What is it?" I will just say, look, at the end of the day, mate, you can't really be looking for an opportunity, because if you haven't got 20 minutes to come and have a look, you're not really looking for an opportunity, are you?
Amazing. So you're taking away from them almost.
Definitely. And just, you just got a posture with it.
Absolutely.
I think if you're going to be like, you're trying to, they are doing you a favor.
Yeah.
I think they're not gonna believe it, like. And actually, it works, taking it away from people definitely works, like.
Absolutely. I think it's that having that posture and having that mentality that you're doing them a favor, you're trying to help them. It's not the other way around. They're not trying to help you get holiday points. They're not doing you a favor watching something to assist you with however it is you're building your business. Ultimately, you're doing them a favor. You've got something that's amazing, and you've just told them how much of a massive difference it's made to your life. So that posture, that really is just it's just incredible, isn't it? It makes so much difference.
No, definitely. And I think at the end of the day, I do genuinely see it as an opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah.
And I do, and it's like when I was showing this guy earlier, right? He's starting to talk about £10 and £15 broadband prices, and I said, "Look," I said, "you're just missing the point here." I said, "Forget about the gas and electric and the phone and the broadband." I said, "Regardless of that, you don't realise what an opportunity I'm offering you here now." And people can't see past the £10 and £20 when they're looking at UW. Do you know what I mean? But obviously they can't see her, and you can.
Yeah.
And you just got to try and get through to people, like. But no, I definitely think that being by taking it away from people, it does definitely make them think, all right then, because what I normally do is I will say to them, I bet you love this job, do you? And they'll say, oh, it's all right, it's a job. And then at the end, then when I'm offering them the opportunity, I would say, oh, so going back to the beginning of the conversation now, when you said the job is so, it's not great.
Yeah.
And I'm offering you an opportunity now. And if you haven't got 20 minutes to come and look at this opportunity, the job must be great then, is it?
Yeah.
And it just sort of puts them in a bit of a thing. And they say, oh, but it's just asking people questions, isn't it? And getting, like,
absolutely.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert in this. I'm just doing what I'm doing. But like, I think I tell you what's really good is that Paula Pritchard recruiting CD.
Yeah, recruiting made simple.
Yeah, just getting people's hot buttons. Why? Like I was talking to a guy today in the gym, and he said, "Oh, I work for Tata Steel, and I've doing 4 days on now and 4 days off because I got more time to take my kids to school and stuff like that." And then when I shared my story with him, and I told him, I said, "Oh, a lot of people join this business so they can take their kids to school." And I just use people's stories who relate to that person, like.
Absolutely. It's all about telling stories. And I think that's a real key thing, is if you haven't got a story of your own to tell, then, which most people have, it's just about making sure you know it. But by all means, steal other people's stories as well. Tell stories of the people around you and how this has affected them. Just that, and this is where association really comes into its own. Spending time with the people around you and getting to know people gives you just so much more ammunition you can use at the drop of a hat when you need it, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think as well that another massive thing is, since I've started this business, right? Don't get me wrong. I know maybe I'm in a good position where I ain't married. I haven't got no kids.
Yeah.
The only responsibility I got in my life is my dog. And, still, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like, I'm not going to apologize for being in the situation I'm in. I haven't had it easy. I'll tell you straight, the way I look at this business and what I'm doing now in this business, what I have been through with my mental health problems, I just find it fun from what I was doing in the last 20 years. And
Brilliant.
One of the things which I have done is every single op, every single, training, I go on training at least once a month. I go to every op, I go to every event. And I can guarantee you, every single time I go to one of them ops or one of them events, I will come away with little nuggets of gold.
Fantastic.
I went to recruiting masterclass. I've been on it about 3 times, and the things I picked up from her was, one, I didn't have a sticker on my opportunity presentation booklets.
Yeah.
And was telling me how important it is to have a name and number on it, because you just don't know where they're going to end up, right?
It seems so obvious, but until we realise.
Another one then was Claire Ingot was saying that when she goes and does an appointment, after she signs them up, she'll go to the 2 next door neighbours, knock their door and say, "Look, I just signed them up, saved them £1,000 and hand them a letter. And I'm going to start doing that now." And like another 2 top tips from, don't get me wrong, you know, I'm doing okay in recruiting and that, but I still always pick up new things every single time I go to all these different things, whether it's a classroom training,
Absolutely.
getting started training. I know if I think, am I going to go? I think, all right, well, I'll have another little, and I think the longer you go along in this business, all them nuggets you building up all go in your toolbox, and it just gives you more ammunition. And
absolutely, it does make so much difference. As you say, it's the association. You never quite know what you're going to learn or what you're going to pick up that is going to make all the difference to your business. And quite often it's the smallest things, it's the tiniest little nuggets that are absolute gold. So going back then, Mark, so we've gone to see people, you're chatting to them, you show them the presentation, you go all the way through the 12-minute presentation, I assume, and then you get to the end of the second Joanna video, and there's the little yellow button at the bottom that says, so, what's best for you? How do you lead into the money presentation from there? What do you say at the end of that second video?
let me show you how I get paid.
Brilliant. So you don't even ask them a question. It's just,
No.
let me show you how I get paid.
Or let me show you how the money works, or let me show you how I get paid. Yeah.
Brilliant. And have you ever had anybody turn around and go, no?
Never. No.
See, it's just about that posture, and it's about that positioning. So then we go into that money presentation then, and how do you work through that? Can you give us a rundown? Because I think a lot of people on here will be very keen to hear how you do the money presentation and what works for you. Because I know you've got a couple of little tweaks that you go through. Now, I hope everybody's aware of the money presentation that we're talking about, where you've got the 4 squares, and it's on the little cards. We've got these little cards that we can also work through, but it's the page on the end of the presenter under the earning additional income stream that is got those 4 squares on 1 A4 paper, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So tell us all, what do you do?
So I come to the top, I say, so you join, it cost me £50 to join this business.
It cost me £50 to join the business.
Yeah, okay, it cost me £50 to join this business. I say I signed up as a customer, and then I got it for £50. Otherwise, it'll cost you £100.
Yeah.
So they basically, for 50 quid, you get the business in a box. You get online training.
Yeah.
You get training in the classroom. I say online training, I say takes about 3 hours. And I say I'm dyslexic, and if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Fantastic.
Then I'll say, and then you get half a day training in the classroom. I'll say you get a fully maintained website. If somebody signs up a new website, you get paid.
Yeah.
I'll say you'll get ongoing support from me and everybody else in this business.
Yeah.
So I'll come to the next part. Let's say, so it's 2 forms of income in this business.
Okay.
One is a personal income, and the other one then is a drip feed income or passive income. I'll say the first income, I say, is a bonus of up to £50 for signing up a new member. Ongoing bonus, choose either £3 to £5 every month, or bring these monthly payments forward and receive up to an extra £300 per member who takes all the services. So I will say, basically, the first 6 people, me and you, go and see in a month. That's all I need you to do, is get me on people's settees. Just get me in a living room, get me on a settee. I say the first 6 we do together, I'll sign them up, I'll do all the work, I'll do the presentation, I'll fill it all in. That's all I want you to do, is sit there, watch, and record it on your phone or what I'm doing.
Yeah.
The first 6 we do in a month, who take all the services and the homeowners, you will get paid 2,340 quid. And I'll say, that's okay, I say, but at the end of the day, I say, that's a job. If you stop going out gathering them customers, it's like a job. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid.
Absolutely.
And I say, I'm not in the business for that. I'm in the business for this. And I say, have you heard of a passive income? And I would say 80% of them will say no. And I'd say, so if I said to you that, if I said, who's the most wealthy person in music? I'll say it's Elvis Presley's daughter. She gets paid off the royalties of what her father done or Elvis done, and she's never even made a record.
Yeah,
And I'll say,
fabulous. Great story.
yeah, and I'll say that's how this business works. So I'll say that's you over there. So
That's
do
in the
you
middle of the
know?
circle now we're talking, is it? In that one there.
Yeah. And I would say 5 people. It just makes it easier.
Okay.
I'll say, so do you know 5 people? And most people will say yes. So I say, if you show 5 people this opportunity now, like I'm showing you, and
Yeah.
they say, I'll have a bit of that. So you bring 5 people into this business, then them 5 go out and get 5, there's 25 people. The 25 go out and get 525, so on, till you get to 780 team members. Don't forget now, you've only brought 5 people into this business.
That's a really key thing to remind them, isn't it? Because they suddenly realise it's not them doing all the work.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So then I'll say, so when you've got a total of 780 team members by just bringing 5 people in, which is 7,800 group, you will get 2,340 quid dropping in your bank account every month, whether you go out gathering them customers or not. But I just want to say to you that you don't wake up one morning and that's dropping in your bank account like that. It's like anything in this life, you get out what you put in. If you think it's going to be easy, it's not the right business for you, because it's not. You know, I don't want to give people a false impression that you're going to just wake up and that's going to be like that.
Yeah.
I say it's anything, you get out what you put in.
Absolutely.
And I'd say when I looked at this business, I thought, where can I go and get an income of that after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years? It's like, how long is a piece of string? Everybody does this business at different speeds. But I thought, where can I go now and get a pension of 2,340 quid after X amount of years? Do you know for a pension like that? And they're going to say, no, they don't. And then I will say, you know, regarding of, sometimes I will say about Derek, and I will say, as a guy I work closely with in this business, he started this business 2 hours a week alongside his day job. He was an headmaster in a school. And I'll say, fast forward to now, and he's retired from his headship, and he has 20,000 people in his group.
Amazing. And again, it's all just telling stories, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, like if I was talking to a teacher, I'd be giving Jem a story. If I was talking to an hairdresser, I'd be giving, what's her name, you know, the woman with the kids and that. Yeah. And I think you just need to, you know, use different stories. Yeah. So I will say, and I don't use the money projector. I don't.
Okay, interesting.
I just don't. I will say, and so I will gauge, like when I'm going through this now, how much interest I think they got. And if they are sort of butting in and asking me questions, and I can just tell they are keen.
Yeah.
I will just go from that then, and I will just say, so based on what you've seen but there now, 1 being you have no interest at all, and 10 being sign me up, what number you want?
Yeah.
I will say that. But if maybe I don't think they're so interested, I will say N. I say, so based on that, but there now, how many hours would you say, if any, you can commit to this business part-time? 2, 3, 4 hours?
Okay.
They said 4 hours. I would say to them, and so off that 4 hours work, how much money do you need to get back?
So it's almost like pre-qualifying them almost.
Yeah, and they will say, what do you mean? I said, well, how much do you get now for a day's work? And say they said £100. So I would say, so 4 hours work, how much do you need to get paid? And some of them might say 50 quid or 100 quid. And I say, so if I can show you a way of making 4, 5, 6, 7 times that amount of money in that same amount of hours, what do you say to that? And then see what they say in there. But most of them are going to say, oh, I don't mind to go that way.
That's a fantastic line. And it's having that, as it comes back to the posture and having the confidence that actually we're doing them something great. But equally, knowing little great lines like that, as you say, gauging their interest, being able to read the situation, and then on a scale of 1 to 10, that's a great Eric Worre technique, isn't it? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being get out of my house now, 10 being sign me up now, where are you?
And then say for instance they said 7.
Yeah.
I would say, so you're on a 7. For you to get up to 10, you've got 3 questions in your head. You need to ask me what the questions are, and I give you the answers.
Brilliant.
And then they will tell you then what's going on in their head. You know, why, or they you know, they'll just say to you what they need to know to make the decision, like.
And then you just ask the question again, I assume.
Yeah, just say, you know, what don't you know? Why ain't you on a 10? You know, if they say 1 or 2 and they're not interested, you're wasting your time, you know.
Yeah. Because you're not going to get everybody. You're not going to sign everybody up, no matter how hard you try, are you?
No. So, you know, I would say if they say, you know, 5, 6, 7, any of them, I'll just say, and so you've got questions you need to ask me to make you feel more whatever's going on in your head, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'll just try and answer whatever questions they got then.
Brilliant. And then I assume you go back round the process again on a scale of 1 to 10. Now we've answered those questions. How would you feel that you're at? Where do you feel that you're at?
Yeah.
And keep going until they go sign me up, I assume, is that?
Yeah, like you said, or, you know, you're not going to sign everybody up, like, but, you know.
You certainly by using techniques like this, you maximize your chances. I know that I've certainly been through many presentations in the past whereby you come out of it and go, oh, why didn't I say this, or why didn't I say that? And we're not perfect. You know, I've been in this business for 7 or 8 years. I'm an STL going for GL, and I'm still learning all the time. I'm still picking up new hints and tips. And certainly, I mean, I know the scale of 1 to 10. I don't perhaps use it as much as I should do, but it's now right in the forefront of my mind. And yeah, that's amazing. Equally, the second one that you used as well, that's asking people, you know, how many hours can you afford to put into this a week, and how much would you expect to get paid to make that worth your while, and then show them, just remind them how they can do that. It's a fantastic technique.
Yeah, but no, I'll be honest with you, like, at the end of the day, I got to give credit to Gemma, like, because I'm just duplicating more. Obviously, I have added in, you know, different things and things I use, but
yeah,
you know, she's learned me loads. She's, you know, she got me to a point where, you know, she's real good person
she's
to
amazing.
be in the business. She's fantastic, like.
And for any of us that were at Cheltenham, mad at Cheltenham, then we all saw Gemma on stage just rocking it. She was very inspiring and just telling us about her story, wasn't she?
Yeah, no, and like I say, I know, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in now if it wasn't for Gemma. Like, there's no doubt about that. Because at the end of the day, the way I see it is, and I think everybody else in the business sees it this way: if you've got somebody in your team who shows willing and shows a lot of determination and drive, you're going to do everything you can to support them, you know.
Absolutely.
And I will do, if anyone shows, you know, that sort of willing and all that, you're gonna bend over backwards to help them, you know.
And certainly, I think for any of the newbies that are on this call as well, I think it's really important then to make sure that you use your upline. Make sure you communicate with them. If you've got any questions, then ask them. Don't be concerned about contacting them or stew over things. From a distributor's point of view, you know, we're looking for people who want to contact us, who want to be asking questions all the time. They're the ones that are successful in this business because they're engaged, and they're the ones we want to give our time to in exactly the same way, Mark, as Gemma has done with you, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, like I think maybe, and another thing as well is, you know, like with the presentation and all that, Gemma has been fantastic, but, you know, I got to give credit to Derek as well, because, you know, what I have learned off Derek about this business is nobody's business, like, you know.
Fantastic.
Like, I look at this business now. The only thing I'm looking for in this business is 8 leaders. It's as simple as that.
Brilliant.
for 8 people who are just going to be leaders.
Brilliant.
And that's what you need to find. You just need to find
Just keep
leaders.
going until you find them. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Mark, we've got less than a minute left, and I don't want to get cut off mid-sentence. I cannot thank you enough for coming on the call tonight. I hope everybody has really enjoyed that and really found some exciting top tips. If anybody's got any queries or questions, then